Well, hello, beautiful people. How are we doing today? It is a beautiful day today, and I am so happy to get into this video. We are going to be doing, by popular demand, Lynn Grabhorn's Excuse Me, Your Life is Waiting. And this woman actually, she came from the Abraham Hicks, if you guys are familiar. I mean, I did talk about Abraham Hicks extensively. She's well known in the law of attraction industry. This book she wrote in the early 2000s, and it's a book that I grabbed a hold of, and it was very life changing. I mean, a lot of where everything started and me really starting to take things serious when it came to the law of attraction, just because of me and my business partner at the time. I mean, we profited very well within the real estate industry, and things just kind of took off. And then, like on top of that, I was able to manifest a luxury car. So was my friend. So this book is very powerful. I was amongst watching the law of attraction and just really getting into this industry, starting very serious. So this book is very deep and dear to my heart. And it sounds like you guys wanted me to start with this book. So I'm really excited to do it. Originally, I was going to use her original audio of her voice. But upon further review, it looks like the new version that is on Audible actually goes into more detail with the PDF that I have. And so we want to be able to use the unabridged version of the book. And so we're going to go ahead and go with that audio instead of the original audio that she originally did with her voice. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, and then we'll do an analysis at the end. All right. I hope you guys enjoy this. It's going to be exciting. Okay, here we go. There's the book. Let's play the audio.
Introduction. For well over a decade, my passion has been a grand spiritual journey into what I call the physics of thought, toward the end that a deeper knowledge of this somewhat outrageous topic might provide ways for all of us, myself in particular, to get more out of life. My studies have taken me everywhere from learned professors of physics to deep within the esoteric sciences, from plain old medicine and just about everything in between, to the point where I decided I could call myself somewhat of a lay expert on the subject. The only problem was that, knowledge or no, getting more out of life wasn't happening, and it was beginning to tick me off. Something was missing, and I flat out couldn't put my finger on it. Naturally, with my vast knowledge on the subject, when I came across some new but provincial teachings from this unlettered, unscientific family of teachers, my first impulse was to poo poo the information because of their enormous oversimplification of what I considered to be a rather formidable topic. So it was more than a tad begrudgingly that I agreed to investigate this taped malarkey that a well meaning friend had ungraciously shoved in my face. I flipped. Here I am, this learned student of thought. Its magnetics, its propellant, its frequencies, its relation to emotion, its effect on our experience, etc. And these guys come along to nonchalantly provide, in the simplest of form, the missing pieces to life's obstacles that I was beginning to think didn't exist. Sort of like, pardon me, ma'am. Might this be what you were looking for? So I dive into this information, ultimately, hundreds of hours worth, and in 2 weeks, I'm stunned. In 1 month, I'm flabbergasted. And in 90 days, there's such a turnaround in my life, I say, that's it. I gotta write about it so the rest of the world can flip along with me. Now, I grant you, there are probably 8.5 million books on the overworked subject of getting more out of life. But the utterly bizarre things about these little known principles are A, they are uncomplicated, B, they work fast, and C, they are guaranteed. And so, in my own prosaic words and style, I've reissued here the profoundly simple teachings from the Hicks family in Texas, spiced with my own angles and buzzwords, my own observations and experiences over the past years, and blended it together with my years of study. I unashamedly offer the finished product as the greatest missing link to life and living ever known to mankind, which means I've done this stuff, am still doing it, and will never stop doing it because by damn, it works. Lynn Grabhorn. Chapter 1. How we got in this mess. How do we get what we get in life? Why do some people seem to have it all while others suffer so? Why did that bozo bump into you on the freeway? Why did that little child have to die so young? How come that guy got promoted and not you? Why can't everybody have prosperity and joy and security? In our everlasting search to find more happiness in life, we devour positive thinking books by the millions. But if those books truly hold the secrets to an abundant and joyful life, why do we keep buying new ones? Oh, sure. There are a few that have come close to giving us the keys to that elusive good life, but no true winners. Our lives don't do a lot of changing. Maybe it was just the wrong book, we rationalize. Let's try another one, or another religion, or a different kind of meditation, or another teacher, or psychic, or doctor, or relationship. We reach out anywhere and everywhere for relief from the tedium and struggle of daily living. Yet the vast majority of us are still looking. How come? How come we've never learned the simple secret to living the good life, whatever that may represent to us? How come we continue to whack and scratch like frantic mad dogs to get what we want, when all along, the key to obtaining our innermost desires has been as elemental as life itself? If you really think that things come to you by some stroke of good or bad luck, or by accident or coincidence, or by knocking your brains out against some very unsympathetic stone walls, then get a grip. This book could be dangerous to your discontent. Slugger Jesse. Years ago, long before I had ever heard about the law of attraction, my friend Mindy insisted I go with her to see a Little League game. Her son played left field, but that's not why she wanted me to go with her. The size of the weekend crowd surprised me. You'd have thought Babe Ruth himself was reincarnating for a guest appearance. But question her as I might, no amount of prodding would cut loose Mindy's little intrigue. So what the heck? I went along with it. Her son came up to bat and struck out. Our side got 2 hits but no runs before the side was retired. Then came the other guys. You couldn't help but feel the crowd's excitement. A couple of young bulldogs strolled to the plate and promptly struck out, thanks to our team's terrific pitcher. Now it was Jesse's turn, and the cheers began from both sides. Jesse was small. I mean, really small. His bat seemed longer than he was. He stepped up to the plate with unceremonious confidence and proceeded to hit the very first ball so far out over the bushes that they never did find it. I was flabbergasted. The crowd went ballistic, and Mindy looked at me and winked. This impossible scenario repeated itself 4 more times. Little slugger Jesse was a sensation, a phenomenon in the flesh. And with the research I was doing on the physics of manifesting, I damn sure wanted to find out what made this little half pint tick, just as Mindy knew I would. When most of the backslapping was over, I wedged my way up to him through the crowd and asked if we could sit down and talk for a minute. When we reached the top of the bleachers, I said, "Jesse, how do you do that? How do you hit so many home runs? I don't know, he offered innocently, waving a casual goodbye to some of his teammates. Each time I get up to bat, I just feel what it's going to be like to connect. And I do. Although I didn't know it at the time, Jesse had just described the fundamental principle of manifestation known as the law of attraction, the physics that creates every moment of our day. Today, Jess lives in style with a lovely wife, two great kids, a house of collectibles from their worldly travels, and a computer from which he makes copious amounts of dollars managing his investments. He passed over baseball as a career because he wanted to be his own boss on his own time. How has he become so successful? Same way he hit the ball, by feeling, not by thought alone, by feeling.
Okay, so let's go ahead and stop there. Wow. Okay, let me get back here so we can see us full screen. Okay, perfect. So yes, this is just a brief intro into the book. We're already starting at chapter one, and as you can see, this book is very powerful. What we're going to get from this book, I think, is fascinating. I'm glad I redid this video for you guys because there's a lot of detailed information that was, I don't know if it was purposely left out or not and the other audio that I was going to use, but now we get it all in its grace, goodness and grace, and which is amazing. So, yeah, whenever you guys are purchasing books, as a little side note, always purchased the unabridged version because a lot of times that's key information that has been taken out. Yes, it might take longer to read, but it's key information nonetheless. And you want to be able to get the full picture and not just a portion, just to get through things quickly. Okay. So I'm a firm believer in that. My mentor also told me, taught me that, especially when it came to the book Think and Grow Rich. So just as a side note, I want you guys to understand why I made that choice and how you guys get to enjoy the unabridged version, excuse me, of this book. So yeah, so this is just going to be an intro video for the book. We're going to do each chapter, and it's going to be a long journey, but I'm really excited. So come back tomorrow, and we'll go ahead and get into the rest and of this fascinating book that I can't wait you guys to hear. And it is all about the feeling. So I hope you guys got that. And she's gonna dive way more deeper into exactly what that means. So definitely come back tomorrow. And until next time, you guys make it a great day. Take care.